And we're going to be celebrating big on Saturday. We're going to have a lot of, and if there's any protester wants to come out, they will be met with very big force.
So nobody showed up to Donald Trump's birthday military parade. Here is a video from an NBC reporter who, as you see, is standing in the middle of an empty field. And this is as the event is supposed to be underway. Now, take a look as it zooms out. There's nobody there. That is miles of empty fields at an event where Donald Trump said there was going to be an estimated 200,000 people showing up. Now, take a look. Does that look like 200,000 people? It's barely 2,000. I mean, this is such a poor showing that I can guarantee that there were more people protesting against Trump in New York City and San Francisco and San Diego and St. Paul and Los Angeles and in New Orleans, where I protested today. But we didn't have a $45 million budget to support our protests like Donald Trump has for his military parade. But we got bigger crowds than him.
Oh my gosh, are you watching this parade? Are you watching the parade right now? Yeah, neither is anybody else. I mean, no one is watching this thing. No one attended this. Oh, why didn't somebody pull him aside and say, you know what, Mr. President, maybe this isn't such a good idea? Because right now, people around the world, leaders around the world are watching this going, Mr. Donald Trump, seems no one wanted to attend your birthday party. Oh my gosh. Donald Trump is that guy. He's that kid. He's the kid where nobody wants to go to his birthday party. And he's sitting there with the cake all by himself. But this is an absolute colossal disaster. It could not be any worse. It's just absolutely terrible. And he's getting exactly what he deserves. I don't know, everybody. Like and follow for more.
There is just no way you're going to find a clip funnier from last night. So he wanted this military parade on his birthday to look strong, like China and Russia and all the other good dictators. That's what he got.
Hello, beautiful people. In today's topic, Donald Trump just faced what may be one of the biggest humiliations of his post-presidency life. On June 14th, a day he expected to be grand and glorious with a military parade he believed would draw over 200,000 people, turned out to be a massive flop. Reports suggest that only about 10,000 people may have showed up. Now, that's not just a bad turnout, it's a reality check. Americans have hilariously reacted to this event, so make sure you watch till the end because it's gonna make you laugh, okay? Let's dive into it.
Hey, yo, y'all seen Trump's little weak-ass parade today? Bruh, this was 30 minutes before it started, and it's damn near empty, y'all. I mean, you can hear an echo through the crowd in that bit. Meanwhile, the streets have been packed. Millions of us out here for the No Kings protests, taking over cities, coast to coast, baby. But Trump? Dude maybe got like 10,000 people to pull up. That's it, y'all. There was probably more people than that protesting in our country's smallest state. This just proves it, folks. We the people are really out here making noise. And from the looks of things, we're actually winning this fight.
What do you think about the president? I know currently in D.C. he's having a birthday party sort of parade. What do you think about that as you guys are protesting here and in other cities across the country?
I can remember in 2016 all the propaganda that was put out on North Korea and how they had a show for Kim Jong-un's birthday and all the rockets that they displayed and the nuclear weapons. And the West took that as an insult and kind of a threat. Well, I see absolutely no difference in what's happening in D.C. right now. It's an absolute waste of tax dollars in any kind of way that you can put it. It's a threat. It's a threat to the American people that says if you step out of line, we will destroy you. We will take everything you love away, and I'm not going to stand for that. This is America, and you are nothing without the American people, and I want you to know that.
Anything else you can think of you'd like to add or mention?
If you're not angry, you're not listening. You need to be aware. It is your civic duty to care about what's going on. I don't care if you're Democratic or Republican. You have a constitution that says freedom of speech. You have a constitution that says freedom of the press. You have a living document that lives and breathes for the people. And that man is using it in corrupt, demonic ways. And he wants to talk about how the LGBTQ, how black communities, how POCs, how immigrants are the devil. That's only one devil I can see, and he sits in the White House. You should be angry. You should be out here with us. They don't care about you. These people, and you should show them, all of these people out here. These are the people. This is their country. This Capitol building, people are supposed to come here and represent us. And they won't. So I will represent me. That's what I have to say.
Yo, even after they were literally out here paying for people to go to Trump's birthday military parade, I'm talking full-on Craigslist ad type shit, y'all. Paid actors, red hats, fast food lunches, crypto payments. They were practically begging people to show up dressed in red, white, and blue. Like it was some kind of 4th of July themed Hunger Games or some shit. Oh, we need diversity for maximum perception. Bruh, you know your parade is weak as fuck when you gotta go cast it like a Netflix series. And even after all that, y'all, nobody even showed up. You are paying folks thousands of dollars, well, and a cheeseburger, to pretend that they support you, and you still can't pack the seats, homie? That is beyond a flop, y'all. Bro had tanks, troops, crypto, and clowns, and still couldn't get a fucking full crowd. Trump threw himself a birthday party, invited the whole country, offered $1,000 a head, and America said, hell nah, I'm good. Yo, RIP to the fakest birthday bash in United States history.
Is the Dear Leaders military parade? Listen to the crowd. You can't hear the crowd. You know what you can hear? Friggin' birds chirping. There were birds chirping that were louder than this crowd. That was his grand military parade. Mock him. Laugh at him. And you know, I think we had images, the same kind of images that Donald Trump had in his head. We know what he was going for. He wanted a North Korean style parade. He wanted a Russian style military parade, an ominous parade with them all marching in unison and carefully choreographed and, you know, walking alongside, you know, missiles and all these tanks and all this stuff. And it was supposed to be scary, right? It's supposed to project power. Is that what you saw there? It was a joke. This didn't have an ominous vibe of one of these dictatorial military parades that we've seen on TV.
79 years of life, and this is Donald J. Trump's worst birthday ever. And that's saying something because we know he was teased as a kid. Because, I mean, wouldn't you tease the guy? Look at him there. He's so disappointed. It's my party. I can cry if I want to, but I have to be strong. I have to be a tough Republican man. Melania's there like, dude, I cannot believe you made me show up for this. There's like a few thousand people here. This is embarrassing, man. What are you doing? Pete Hegseth's over there like, oof, this is kind of rough, man. I gotta text the boys in the group chat, see if we can get a drink after this. This is absolutely brutal. What a complete failure from this group of incompetent people. Today was an absolute failure for them. No King's protest, millions nationwide, every big city, all 50 states standing up against fascism, standing up against dictators who think they can throw some North Korean Kim Jong-un, look at me, I'm the man type parade. Well, listen, Donald, the people have spoken today, and the people want you gone.
So Trump was expecting 1 million people to show up at his birthday parade, so where are they? Trump's 79th birthday parade in Washington was meant to be a show of force. His team hyped it up for weeks, with some supporters claiming 1 million people would fill the streets. But right now, cameras are telling a different story. Aerial shots and ground shots are showing large gaps along the parade route. Even close to the stage, sections of seating were empty. So as of now, we're 20 minutes in and we have a failed Air Force demonstration. We have empty seats. We have thousands of protesters nearby. So what's happening? Well, according to the event officials and security estimates, the crowd size was closer to 200,000 maybe, and that's a big turnout, but nowhere near 1 million. There are also reports of several people getting bussed in and even paid to attend the event, and that just tells you something right there. There was even a viral Craigslist post offering people money to act as a seat filler. The White House says that ad was fake, but the empty rows, they speak for something else. Trump's obsession with crowd size goes back years from his inauguration to his rallies, but this time, even with military hardware and a national stage, he couldn't fill the streets of his own capital.
Donald Trump's birthday has been ruined as the No Kings protests are far bigger than anybody expected. First, they're across all 50 states. There's over 2,100 different rallies. I'm here in Binghamton, New York, which is not a big city. And usually a protest here gets about 20 people, 30 people tops. There are 1,000 people here at least. But to put it in Trump's terms, there's about 200,000 people here. But we have to harness this energy. This cannot be a one-day only thing, because we are just 15 months away from one of the most important elections in my lifetime, in our lifetime. The 2026 midterms will be our opportunity to take back some of the power, to take back control, to take the House and hold Donald Trump and his administration accountable. This will be our chance, but what we're seeing today is amazing. And the best part, after the rain ruins Donald Trump's birthday parade, when he gets back home and turns on the news, he is going to see these rallies as the main story and not his parade. Nobody is going to be glorifying him. Perfect.
Well, it looks like it's raining on his parade, quite literally. They expected like over 200,000 attendees, and I don't know if you guys have seen some of these videos out there, but the bleachers are empty, the streets are empty, it's not full. And I get he's calling it a military parade, but let's be real, it's not about the military, it's about DJT, okay? It's about him because it's his birthday. He wanted to flaunt the huge crowd, just as one thing that he's always talking about, okay? Here's the other part. Meanwhile, at the same time, there is they're reporting anywhere from 4 to 5 million people engaged in peaceful anti-Trump protests around really the world, throughout every state in this country, and as well as 19 other countries. So kudos to everybody out there who's being positive. I was in Las Vegas and I witnessed this crowd marching through the streets, and it was really great to see the peaceful. They had police escorts. There was even a little scary situation where there was snipers on the roof, but it was all protection, and it was really great to see just the nonsense that's being portrayed out there, is how horrible these left liberals are and all of that stuff. How peaceful everything has been today. So kudos to everyone that did a great job. Sorry it rained on your parade, dude. Sorry, but not sorry.
Folks, I just reached the end of the No Kings protest here in New York City. It is still kind of going on. People are still marching down near the Flatiron building, but man, it is huge. Tens of thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of people got out here today, and people are still marching down. Like, if you look down, it is still full all the way back. And it's not just happening in New York City. It's happening across the country in major cities like Chicago, Atlanta, Los Angeles, and more. People are fed up. They're showing up in major numbers across the country to make their voices heard against Donald Trump. And let me tell you something. This scares the crap out of Trump. He hates dissent. He hates when people disagrees with him. He hates when people make their voices heard against him and his administration. So I can tell you, the photos and videos coming out of these protests right now are driving him nuts. And it's happening on his birthday, ruining his special day. So folks,
tell me why President Trump's birthday parade looks more like something you would see from Wish or from Temu. He's sure getting what he asked for. When you see China and Russia and North Korea all doing their parades, there's not a gap in those streets. And there is probably 10 times more military personnel that's marching. They just giving President Donald Trump what he wants. And not to mention, $25 to $45 million? You know what we could have done with that kind of money? Seriously. But he has Elon Musk over at Doge cutting things that are in the millions of that, saying it's a wasteful expense. My son could have built him with his little tanks and little army trucks. He could have done the same type of parade for $10. I'm telling you what, let me know what your thoughts are on the Trump birthday parade. If you've been watching it, I respect the Army. I love the Army, and it should be all about them, but it wasn't. And that's why there is a lot of backlash going on today. But let me know what your thoughts are in the chat, and if you found it very supportive for the Army or President Donald Trump. Bye.
I just wanted to say how proud I am of the United States military. I am proud that they did not put on a show yesterday that made me think of North Korea or Russia or China. I am proud of the fact that they are more interested in doing their jobs and being the best military in the world than they are about putting on a parade for a corrupt president. And there's a lot of debate about how intentional their marching style was yesterday, and that's fine. I don't pretend to know what they were thinking, but whatever they were thinking, the message certainly came out that they were not doing this because they were excited to be out there putting on a show, which is more in line with the philosophy of a developing nation being ruled by a fascist dictator than the tradition of the United States of America. We have never had military-style parades like they have in fascist dictatorships. And after yesterday, I don't think we ever will. So thank you to our military. I salute you.
This should serve as a powerful lesson, not just for Trump, but for everyone who holds or seeks power. You cannot mistreat people, ignore their voices, divide communities, and then expect them to cheer for you when you want validation. Leadership is not a title, it's a relationship. It is rooted in trust, humility, and service. And once that is broken, it's incredibly hard to rebuild. This parade Floppy isn't just about numbers. It's a symbol of a deeper disconnect between Trump and the very people he thought he could always rally. It's simple. When you lead with arrogance, you get abandonment. When you sow hate, don't expect to reap love. Leadership is about people. Without them, you're just a loud man with a microphone and no audience. No amount of military music, flags, or fanfare can replace genuine public support. And as this failed parade showed, the people will always have the final say, even if they do it by simply not showing up. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. If you found value in what you shared, kindly consider subscribing and turn on notifications so you never miss any update from my videos. Your support really means a lot, and it helps us keep bringing you more insightful content. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.